some of my videos on YouTube. So this is a standard home deep fryer. Max setting on this is 375. I did do a couple tests at lower heat. I did it at 250, then I did it at 320, I did it at 360, and then it maxed out at about 380 degrees. That's as hot as I can get this stuff. One side of my form here is MDO. It's not been sprayed. It's just standard. And then the other side over here, I did spray. I set the form back. This is basically a splatter test, just to see what it does with hot splattered oil for some people who contacted me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour some water inside this oil. And I don't recommend anybody doing this unless you got some safety gear on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour it in, and then I'm going to step back a little bit. And what I want you to watch is the splatter. I noticed when the splatter hit this side here with the two-part spray from Ultratech, it bounced back off. When this side over here got hit by the splatters, it actually stuck and absorbed in. So if this was a painted surface, this oil would stick to it and then finally become totally resined with oil. And this side here seems to repel the oil. So I'm going to go ahead and pour some water in here. It's going to get kind of crazy for a minute, so just kind of bear with me and see if you can see it. I'm going to try and get as close as I can to the product and show you what hot oil at about 380 degrees, what it does to the product and how it responds. So here we go. I'm going to grab some water. I did use a plastic cup, so the oil is hot enough to melt plastic. I mean, I just stuck it in there and said, okay, I better go to something a little heavier when I poured the oil on the form, which I'll do at the end. But the oil is hot. So here we go. I'm just going to use a little bit of water. You don't want to use a lot of water because when you put cold water in oil, it makes a mess and it's kind of dangerous. So here we go. I'm going to pour this in, and we're going to watch and see what it does here. This is some heavy circumstances here. I mean, this right here is not a normal deep fryer activity. I just figured I'd increase it a little bit. But you can see that whole form there is getting covered with splatters. It's boiling pretty hard. None of the splatters stuck to this over here. It's still dry. They bounced right back off. You can see the steam is working its way up. But you can get a good idea here how much splatter we got on this side of the form. The whole area down here is covered in oil, and it's all sticking to everything. This form here is pretty dry. You know, I'm impressed with it. It does work pretty good. So I'm going to hit it again with some oil. So here's a little bit more water in here. Now this is 380 degrees according to the temperature on this thing. Maxed out here. It's ready to go. So I'm going to hit it again real quick. You can see that is a little bit more activity than the standard deep fryer. It's kind of overflowing a little bit, but I've got a nice metal table here with a drain, so I'm not too worried about it. But as you can see, the steam carried up here, no oil. Over here, we've got lots of oil. So one of the things I did find out about this, if you do get any splatters on it, you can actually run warm water over it, and anything that was on there carried right off. This side here, you'd actually have to scrub with some kind of detergent. So what I'm going to do now is take my form off, and I'm going to actually pour hot 380 degree oil over it out of a metal cup just to show you that it does hold up to a hit of hot oil. So I'm going to reach in here for a sec and kind of tip this back out so the oil goes back into the fryer. This is a metal cup here. 380 degree oil. I'm going to pour it on this form here, and you can still see that that's 380 degrees. Oil does not stick to it. This side here just saturates. Now you'd have to clean that off with some kind of cleaner. It makes a big mess, but this definitely does work. So this is Robert from RBC Consultant doing a hot oil test. Peanut oil on a regular piece of plywood sprayed with an MDO surface. And like I said, anything that does get on there, you can actually blow it down to the floor with with a minimal amount of air, or just pour some warm water over it and you can clean it up off the floor. So there we go. Any questions, give me a call. If anybody's got any ideas or needs some product, I can do the testing right here for them, get you back the information. If you want to send me something, I can spray it, send it back to you. I hope this helps out, and you guys look forward to seeing another video of mine. Thanks.